Numbers. And joining us now to talk about that a little bit more is Morgan Chalfant, reporter for the Washington Free Beacon. Morgan, great to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's take a look at this. You go into this in your new column, quote, illegal immigrants must pass a driving test and prove their residency and identity. Since that law took effect, 687,000 individuals have applied for the licenses, which are marked differently than those given to U.S. citizens in a state that so that individuals who use them cannot board airplanes or perform other tasks that require federal identification. But that number, 687,000, is huge. Do you think the law is being abused?
Yes, I think so. I mean, actually, the report from the California Department of Motor Vehicles showed that over 50% of the new licenses that were issued in the first half of 2015 went to these illegal immigrants. That means that roughly 400,000 of the new licenses issued were issued to illegal immigrants. While, as you mentioned, these licenses are marked differently, so illegal immigrants cannot board airplanes or do other things that require a federal identification, still raises questions about what these licenses actually open up, what kind of opportunities they open up for illegal immigrants.
Yeah, you know, some folks like to hear them called undocumented immigrants, but you can't really use that in this particular case because they have state-issued documents. Meantime, the father of Catherine Steinle, who was killed earlier this month, allegedly by an illegal immigrant, is calling on Congress now to reform those laws. He says he supports legislation that would close legal loopholes that let local authorities decide whether or not they're going to follow federal laws. How do you see this Steinle case influencing the immigration debate in the GOP primaries and beyond?
Well, I think that Republican presidential candidates are very passionate about addressing this immigration issue, and I think the Steinle case points to the fact that we need to solve the problem. I mean, this was an illegal immigrant who allegedly shot and killed her, who had been deported multiple times, who was a criminal. This is something that we really need to address, and I think candidates ahead of the 2016 election will address it as best they can, and hopefully some legislation gets pushed that will enable Congress to really lock down on illegal immigration into the country.
Yeah, we'll see how it comes up in the debates. I have to imagine it does, because it really does kind of encapsulate the argument here, and it puts a face on a very troubling problem that even Democrats have to admit is a big issue.